Did you know you can get an additional 5 days paid leave in Germany that you did not know about? So in this video, I'll tell you what this paid leave is, who is entitled for it, what are the conditions to getting it, and how to apply for them. So let's get started. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is SN, and on this channel, we explore the strategies and tools that help us achieve financial freedom. In most federal states, employees are offered the opportunity to be released from their work for further training. This is referred to as Bildungsurlaub or educational leave. In other words, your employer releases you from work for a further training event and continues to pay your salary. So how many days are you entitled for further education? It depends on your federal state how many days of educational leave you are entitled for per year. In most states, you can take 5 days a year if you're working 5 days a week. In most states, the vacation days for 2 years can be combined, meaning that you can take up to 10 days of educational leave per year. I will put a link to my article in the description below where you can see the details for your individual state. That said, unfortunately for the states of Bavaria and Saxony, there is no option for an educational leave. Transfer of educational leave. If you are unable to take educational leave in a particular year, you can even take those days to the next year in many states. You simply need to write to your employer before the end of the year to carry forward your educational days to the next year. You don't have to transfer all 5 days to the next year. You can even move the remaining days. For example, this year you only take 2 days for your education leave. You can transfer the 3 days to the next year so that you can have 8 days the next year. An important thing to remember here is that you can only move the days once. So you cannot have this accumulating over several years. In the state of Baden-Württemberg, there is no option to carry forward the leave to the next year. So you will have to take them each year if you want to avail this opportunity. So what are the conditions? As the name suggests, this is an educational leave. So the training must only serve a professional or a political purpose. You cannot travel to France to take a cooking course if you work as an IT professional. This would not contribute to you professionally or politically. But this course doesn't always have to be directly related to your profession. For example, a stress relief course could be helpful if it stops you from having a burnout. Most states have their own database and recognized lists of events. These may include language courses, stress relief seminars, video editing, and much more. More details in my written article in the description. And if you're getting value from this video, I would really appreciate if you hit the like button and consider subscribing for more similar content. So how do you apply for this educational leave? To get the educational leave, you have to submit an application first. The deadline to hand over the application for the educational leave varies according to your state. For example, in Baden-Württemberg, it is 9 weeks before the start of the course. And for many others, it's 6 weeks. Applications for educational leave must be submitted to the employer in writing or electronically. I have put links to the application forms for many states in my written article. The employer generally decides immediately, but no later than 4 weeks after the application is received. If the employer does not decide on the application for the training time within this period, it may be considered as approved. So can the employer refuse the educational leave? Well, not every company would be happy to see you submit an educational leave. It can even happen that the HR might not even be aware of such a leave. But that is not a valid reason for a refusal. Employers can also reject the application in certain cases. For example, for urgent operational reasons, if vacations or illnesses of other colleagues lead to significant impairment of the operational processes, if the entitlement for training for 10% of all employees in the company for the current year have already been approved or taken into account, or if fewer than 10 people are employed in the company. Your application may also be rejected by your employer if they think that your course does not fulfill a professional or a political purpose. You can always object to the company's decision, but I would not recommend doing that. I say search for a valid course and then go to the HR first to discuss this before formally submitting an application. If the application is accepted, the employer must release you during the educational leave and continue to pay your salary. So would the company also bear the cost for the course or seminar? Well, the employer doesn't have to pay the cost for the course itself. However, some companies pay the course fees or pay a subsidy, as this is a part of their company policy. For example, many companies pay for German language courses for their expat employees. Even if your company does not bear the cost, if the course is related to your job, you can always claim it in your tax return. I have a video on that here. You may also be able to have part of your educational leave reimbursed by your health insurance company. Depending on the health insurance company, there are up to 75 euros for the educational leave. This 75 euros is just a small claim. In this video, I'll show you how to get 600 euros from your public health insurance company. So thanks for watching, bleib gesund, and I'll see you in this video.